Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're gonna do a subreddit called Am I the Devil? Where it's basically people talking about how much of a terrible person that they are without them knowing. Oh. Anyways, this one comes from Am I the Asshole? And it's this person saying, Am I the asshole for telling my nieces to speak English when around me?
Here we go.
The way it counts and from mobile. My sister and I have a strained relationship. A couple of years back, my sister married her husband. She married a Korean man, which caught a lot of us off guard. She never dated Asian men before and never expressed interest in Asian men. So to find her marrying someone from there just felt sudden. That's so random to say. What? It doesn't even make sense for you to say that. She never dated Asian men before him. And when was she supposed to start?
I can't even make that make sense.
Part of me felt she did it to finally make a minority of herself, but he was nice enough. What is wrong with this person? What, because she's dating a minority, so that makes her a minority? That makes no sense. Eventually, they had 2 daughters, my nieces. I love my nieces dearly. I have no daughters of my own, 3 sons, so I was admittedly quite excited to get to connect to little girls. My relationship with my sister started improving slowly when my older niece was born, as I really wanted to be in my niece's life. It got to the point where she would trust me to her little ones on play dates with my sons. As my niece got older, however, I started remembering why there was that tension with my sister in the first place. My niece was learning Korean before English, and during her early developments in speaking, I struggled to understand what she was trying to say. They would eat food almost exclusively from my sister's husband's culture. All this along with my niece's bizarre name. Oh my gosh.
911, what's your emergency?
And now it's time for
This Kid Racist!
Oh bitch, you racist.
Whoa! You're going to hell!
All this, along with my niece's bizarre name, made me realize that my sister was projecting her own white guilt onto her daughter. What does that even mean? I'm so confused. Why are you coming to these conclusions? What is wrong with you? I tried to speak with my sister about this at the time, and of course she got angry, as she always did. Oh, I can see why you guys have a strained relationship. You are the problem.
Hocus pocus, get that bitch up out of here. Look at her.
Now wanting to lose my niece, I bit my tongue at the time. Good. Actually, no, not good. I need her to continue talking so her sister can just cut her off. By the time my second niece was born, she must have forgotten that tantrum that she threw at me. As my sister allowed me to watch the second almost immediately this time around. Things were going smoothly until last weekend. My nieces were over to spend time with my sons. While I was making snacks for them in the kitchen, I overheard my older niece speaking Korean, and one of my boys got curious. She began explaining what the words meant and their English equivalent. I wasn't interested in hearing it, nor did I want my sons to learn any of it, and so I ran over and calmly told her to please speak English when you're at your auntie's house. I told her she was not Korean like her dad. She's American. No, she's Korean and American. Get that straight. She's American, and in America, you're supposed to speak English. Can she not be bilingual?
No!
Come on. She was alright with what I said and even agreed, and the rest of the playdate went by smoothly. Couple days later, I get a call from my sister. She accused me of a number of things and called me a number of names. I need to know everything that she called you, because whatever she said, she is right. I calmly told her that I thought it was a common courtesy for people to speak English when in the US. I also explained to her that her daughters are not Korean. They are American first and foremost, and to raise them as if they weren't was ridiculous on her part. She didn't want to hear what I want to say and essentially has banned me from seeing my nieces for the time being. This is the kind of irrationality I expected from my sister. However, part of me does feel bad that I've upset her yet again, and I do worry when I can see my nieces again. Hopefully never again. So am I the asshole for saying that kind of thing to my niece? Yes, 100% yes. You are so racist too. Oh my gosh. And also the point of America comes first. If she's raised in America, she sees the American culture all the time, all around her. So she's gonna learn it, obviously. So I feel like what her mom is trying to do is get her to kind of know her Korean roots as well. So that's why she's like pushing like, hey, know this language. Hey, know this culture. Because you're not gonna learn it from Americans. You're gonna learn it at home. She's doing a great job like getting her daughter to know like both sides of her culture. And you're just a shitty person.
What a bitch.
Okay, let's read the comments. You're the asshole. This is really weird. Why is it a big deal that your sister married someone from a different culture? Why is it bad that your nieces are teaching your sons Korean words? Why do you care what language they're speaking? Yes. Does she even answer this? She does not. Yeah, of course you wouldn't.
Come on, you bitch! You scared coward!
Don't forget her niece's bizarre name. Exactly. You're the asshole, OP, and pretty racist. Very racist. Not even pretty. You're very racist. And what white guilt would OP's sister feel that would compel her to marry a Korean man? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Nothing makes sense in whatever she's saying.
Wake the fuck up. What the fuck is y'all smoking?
She gotta be on something. Drugs? I don't know. Crack? Crack is the same as drugs. Kind of reminds me, but Gino, you guys remember Gino? Obviously, you guys remember Gino.
I'm gay and nobody knows about it.
When I was like, oh my gosh, Gino's probably on the spectrum. He probably has autism. And you guys were like, autism and being on the spectrum is the same thing. I was like, whoa, really? OP's 100% a racist, but probably doesn't even realize it. I feel like a lot of people are. Like, they don't realize how horrible they are, which is really sad. Because you think what you're doing is normal or what you're saying is normal. It's not. Moving on. This was put on the relationship advice one. My wife argues with me when I'm angry instead of waiting for me to cool down. 32M here. My wife is 32F. We're married for 5+ years. Today, a lot of things piled up which caused me to get angry and behave inappropriately. I know I did wrong and I'll own that. What piled up and what caused you to get angry that caused you to behave inappropriately? I want to know all of that.
I have a lot of questions.
But my question is, he didn't clarify what happened. Oh my gosh.
You don't find that suspicious?
But my question is about what happens during the argument. Why does it seem so hard for my wife and maybe women in general to just stay silent when a man is clearly angry?
I'm having a panic attack right now. I need to calm the fuck down because I'm having a panic attack.
Let's continue waiting.
Yeah, I'm feeling the rage.
Her continuing to argue with me in that moment just accelerates the problem and doesn't make the situation any better. I feel like we could resolve things much more easily if we just talked it out later once I'm cool. Why does it escalate in the moment instead of being paused? How can we handle this better? Well, you can handle it first, but not getting so angry so quickly. Let's start there. Because if you're able to calm down your emotions first, then you guys can already start to have like a calm conversation. Obviously, if you're screaming and yelling, she's gonna probably like, hey, stop screaming and yelling. You're probably thinking of it as an argument when it's really not. Anyways, let's read the comments. Why does it seem so hard for my wife and maybe women in general to just stay silent when a man is clearly angry? Because it isn't their responsibility to manage and regulate your emotions. You're a grown man who can handle himself and resolve conflicts when they happen. Right? Because why are you getting angry so quickly? Also, I need to know what happened, because if it's something like really minor, then it makes him look even worse. If you genuinely struggle with this, go to anger management. This statement is ridiculous coming from a 32-year-old. ETA, what does behave inappropriately actually mean? Exactly. I need to know what happened. I feel like he probably threw a few things. Oh my gosh. I hope he didn't put his hands on her. I think we all know what it means. OP is disgusting. Yeah, he probably did put his hands on her. Ugh.
That shit is crazy. I really don't like that guy.
It's very apparent he grossly took out all his built anger out on her, then expected her to shut up and deal with it rather than defend herself. Jeez, did this just turn into like an abusive one? Well, it is on Am I the Devil, so probably.
I hate it. I'm out.
Why does it seem so hard for my wife and maybe women in general just to stay silent when a man is clearly angry? You can fuck all the way off for that. Somebody needs to beat his ass. That's the problem. Most people aren't getting like their ass beaten lately, and that's why they like do all this shit. The wife needs to get her brother or her dad involved. Somebody, another man, not even word to word. Fist to fist, bro. I need somebody to beat his ass.
Like that.
Anyways, that's the end of his segment. Moving on to our last one. Am I the asshole for not compromising with my best friend's girlfriend? Hi, I, 23F, have been best friends with a guy, I'll call him Steve, 23M, since high school. Steve recently got with a girl, let's call her Ava, 22F. Steve and I have always been very close. We would have sleepovers very often at each other's houses. We'd always go on dates, jokingly pretending that we are a couple.
What?
Why is it dates and not hangouts?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Anyways, our families would joke we'd married each other and has been a running inside joke since then. But it was never anything more than a joke. Okay. I have no interest with him, and clearly neither does he. He got with Ava a year ago, and since then, things have changed a lot. Steve and Ava felt uncomfortable with our PDA. What PDA were you guys having after Steve and Ava got together? There should be no more PDA after that.
Now, you done pissed me off.
One time, I made one of those inside jokes in front of her, and I could tell that she was very upset. Steve said that Ava felt really uncomfortable, that boundaries in their relationship are non-existent, but I'm a firm believer that boundaries are an excuse to hide insecurities.
What?
Oh, you're a bitch. Oh my gosh. Steve told me some boundaries should be set because he really cares about Ava and sees a future in her. And he said that he would be a hypocrite to let this behavior between us keep going because if Ava did the same thing with one of her male friends, he'd feel uncomfortable too. Okay, good for Steve. So far, I like Steve. I'm not willing to really compromise any boundaries with her, just to be honest, but compromise with your friend. If he's like, stop, then you should stop. Duh.
Weirdo.
He's my best friend and that's how we act. No, that's how you act. He's not with it. I can't change the way I act around my best friend because of her. I understand how she might feel uncomfortable, but why should I be the one to accommodate to a new reality and not her? That's crazy because that could be said about you too. He has a girlfriend now, so stop it. I would respect Steve's boundaries if he was the one bothered, but he's not. He's doing it not because he wants to, but because of Ava. And I would be willing to let it go if I knew Ava's intentions better, but I'm afraid she's just trying to start something else here. She is generally a very insecure person and she has admitted some of her insecurities in the past, but I can't let someone's insecurities get in between me and my bestie. Girl, you're so in love with this man. It's so obvious.
This girl is delusional.
And I don't like you. Am I the asshole for refusing to compromise with my best friend's girlfriend? Yes, you are. And also it's not compromising with her, but it's really compromising with him because he said stop and you're not stopping. Edit, I want to mention another thing that happened last year. Steve and his parents usually go on a small trip at the beginning of February. Last year, before COVID hit, they went to their trip, but while usually I was the one who would join them, suddenly Ava took my place. Oh, jealousy. Can you imagine how hurt I was? Girl.
That is funny.
Steve said that he was clear that his girlfriend is a potential wife and is encouraging her to get close to his family if she's about to become family. He has said that before he met Ava though, he was trying to clear up his own mindset about how he views these situations. I didn't think that he actually meant it. I was upset, but I let it go once because I did not want to fight with him. Oh. Thank you for that. And before you ask, there was no place for me to join because they used one small car and it was Steve, Ava, Steve's younger sibling, and his parents. I think this girl has a crush on Steve and unfortunately she didn't let it known to him and just thought that it would play out and then eventually they would be in a relationship, but obviously that's not what happened. He got with Ava, and if he got with Ava before he got with her, it would show that he probably wasn't really interested in her. At that point, she should just back off because clearly the feelings were mutual and he said that that girl's a potential wife. That's all I would know to like back off.
He don't love you.
Edit 2. Thank you for the feedback or backlash, whatever. I still find it hard to understand what's happening and I still find it hard to see how I'm in the wrong, but I will try to reflect. Great. Thanks for that. I'll call Steve tomorrow and apologize for my stance and try to make things better. I'm sure I'm gonna have to pretend for a while, but I hope that things get better for me in the long run. I want him as a friend and I want his love and affection.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute.
I fucking knew it. I freaking knew it. Oh my gosh.
You cannot trick me.
And I want his love and affection, however he chooses to give it to me. I don't want to lose him. I'll try, but I can't promise the outcome will be positive for me or for him. Let's hope for the best. I'll call him tomorrow and maybe I'll post an update. Did she post an update? Yes, she did. I hope Steve cut her off. Thank you so much for your feedback. Most of it was harsh, but it was a good slap in the face. I called Steve trying to discuss the matter. I still can't fully process what has happened, but I'm trying to understand my wrongdoings. I apologized to him. I said that I'll stay in my lane. He says that he accepts the apology, but he doesn't think that he can be best friends after that because he doesn't fully trust my intentions. Good for Steve. I really like Steve. I am heartbroken because I never thought my actions would also be my downfall. He says that we could remain friends, but on a more low-key manner. He hates you. He says that we can remain friends, but on a more low-key manner without one-on-one hangouts and without random calls out of nowhere. He says that he still cares about me, but even if he broke up with Ava, he still views me as a danger to any potential romantic partner and a relationship that he may have in the future. His friends won't talk to me. Oh my gosh, if his friends are not talking to you, he said some crazy shit about you to them. That's why. Only some common friends we have, and some of them are on my side, but I guess it's not looking well for them either because Steve mentioned something about not letting people get away with enabling my behavior. Steve, oh my goodness, 10 out of 10 guy.
My nigga.
He also told me to stay away from his family because he's scared of how I might manipulate them into taking my side. His family is now aware of all of it and they're mad at me, especially his mom. They say they feel used because I used their care to bring another person down. Ava won't accept my apology and Steve said that she's not obligated to because she's the one that's most disrespected.
Period.
He told me not to bother calling or texting her because I might make things worse. This is horrible and I now realize the consequences because I feel like I lost a friend. We did not completely cut off our friendship, but we're certainly not close at all right now. I think what's gonna follow up is us completely falling apart in the following months and never speaking again. That's it. And that's great. That's like a great ending because clearly you're crazy and you wanted this man and he did not fall for it. Honestly, I love that he stood up for his girlfriend and not for like his Best friend. This woman definitely wanted him. She definitely wanted a more serious relationship, and he didn't give that to her. Let's read the comments. Do we even need to read the comments on this one? Or just read one or two? You're the asshole. Maybe she's insecure, but that's okay and healthy to have boundaries in a relationship. And to be honest, if her boundary is that she would appreciate you and others stop talking about you dating / marrying her boyfriend of over a year, that's a damn reasonable boundary. Agreed.
Fuck that bitch.
Your friend has also made it clear that this is important to him. It doesn't matter if it's something that originated with her. If you respected him, you should respect his wishes with this. And yes, she just kept doing whatever she wanted to do. She didn't take like any of the feelings into account until like, you know, he like cut her off. Not fully cut her off, but he practically did cut her off. I was gonna check to see if she posted like more, because this was posted 5 years ago. She deleted her account, so womp womp, we won't see more.
Damn, that sucks.
Anyways, that's the end of this video. Let me know some of your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you. Bye.